Hey everybody, it's Paul here again. This is my DIY do-it-yourself LED beverage bucket build day 3. Um, as you can see, I got the tubing with the LED strips inside. I've been cured all night. I'm fixing going to take my new tube of silicone. I just got a bigger tube you can see right there, and go around the crease at where the tube actually touches the bucket and fill it in. That way to give a little stronger hold to it. It's once I start throwing ice in there, I don't want all those little tubing to fall apart. And for some reason, I'm finding nothing really sticks to this bucket. I guess because it's made to be standing outside in the weather with plants growing out of it, and so I think if I make another one, I might do a little different. Now they use some actual hardwares and stuff to hold all that stuff in place. Anyway, I'm setting up my tube there, fixing to cut off the end, and whoa, watch out! And start siliconing the bucket. I'll start at the bottom, and of course, unfortunately, the bottom's got like PVC pipe plumbing. It's got wax. It's got hot glue. That tech adhesive. Nothing was sticking. So now I'm gonna start at the bottom down there and start filling in the top. Work my way all the way around, trying to work my way to the top, and that way it'll fill in. I'm trying to squirt as much as I can in there, so it'll completely go in where it meets up at the bucket. Working my way all the way around, trying to get there to the top. And I'm using my finger to kind of squeeze it in there even better, and also smoothing out any bumps and stuff. So got all done now. As you can see, it looks a little better. Wish I'd done it at the bottom as well, but it all still going to work. It's not going to be, you're not going to be drinking out of it anyway. It's just for holding ice. Now I'm going to cut this little mesh grill up. I got it from Walmart for like a couple dollars, and I'm going to make a box out of it by folding over the ends, and then folding those in half. You can secure that to the side of the bucket. And the reason I want to do this is that power supply and that little white box for the controller, they're not waterproof. And if I put a bunch of ice in this bucket, it might make it go bad. So I'm going to elevate them from the bucket using this little mesh grill. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these wire ties to hold it all nice and secure, because those little pointy ends were sticking me, and the thing was coming apart. So I'm going to use wire ties and make it even a little better. Alright, so I'm chopping off the extra ends right there to make sure that they aren't going to poke me. And since the bucket is round, and that thing is round, I'm going to have to start bending it to match the contour of the bucket. It's not going to be perfect because this is all manufactured on the spot, improvised. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole where that little black tube wire is coming out of the tube inside the bucket. So I'm going to poke the wire through there. But you're saying, well, how am I going to do that with that one little tiny hole, and those connectors are bigger than the hole? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a razor knife, and I'm going to cut an X on the hole there. That way the connectors will push through the X and out the hole, and leaving just the wire inside the hole, and the X cuts will almost reseal themselves. So it'll make it more secure when I go to put the silicone on them. Here I'm kind of widening it out a little bit. That's stinking razor knife. Alright, so now I'm trying to push them through. I think I got one through there. Now I'm trying to use a little tool to help push them through there. I got them stuck through there. And got the X. Now I'm sealing it up right quick with the silicone. And I'm kind of smooth it around, kind of push it inside of the X areas, even though they're almost sealed themselves back up. I'm doing the outside too to make sure it's all nice and sealed. And I'll wipe my hands off my poor oven towel. I was probably going to use on my butcher to chunk it. Alright, so now I'm kind of figuring a way to mount that box to the side of the thing there. So what I do is I'm scratching the outside of the bucket with my razor knife so I can visually see where the middle of that little bottom shelf area that's it's touching the bucket now, and that's where I'm going to put all my adhesive. So and right there, as he says, we're pointing at it, and we got liquid nail adhesive. And unfortunately, I didn't notice until after I opened it up. It was white. It smells nasty. And I'm going to put a very liberal amount of that all the way around because I want to make sure at least most of that mesh is getting stuck in there. So I'm following the scratched area with that white stuff. And too bad they didn't have purple color, but would have been pretty neat. Or maybe like some sort of injector you can inject in your glue, swish it around a little bit, and colors, whatever color you're putting it on. Anyway, I'm putting a really good amount on there. It's probably really thick. It might take a little while to dry. I actually, believe it or not, this video is actually the third time I try to do this video, and I'm actually do it in the morning time after it happens. So this actually would be day 4, even though this is day 3 of the build. Because last night I was apparently so tired, there would be spots of quietness and random words popping out of my mouth that had nothing to do with this video. I guess I was falling asleep or something. I don't really know. So anyway, I decided to do it this morning and start all over and kind of speed up the slower areas on the video anyway. Anyway, I cut a little hole in the mesh for the control wire to go through. And even though you can't really see it, but I'm trying to center it, it's still not completely contoured. So I'm fixing a couple of the areas underneath, making sure it's sitting inside that white stuff. If this don't stick or hold, because tomorrow I'm going to be using this bucket, and I really need. Tomorrow will be Saturday, because I'm having a crawfish boil, and we need. I need this bucket to at least hold together for at least for one night. So if I make another LED bucket, I will have a lot more better materials. Since this is like I said, this is my first one, so I'm learning from this one. I'm using masking tape to hold it down, but like I said, nothing sticks to this bucket, so this masking tape was actually coming off shortly thereafter. So I kind of figured out, so I grabbed my my duct tape here in a second. So it just wouldn't hold. In fact, this morning when I went to go check on it, it sat overnight. Of course, the room was cool. I forgot to turn off the AC, so it didn't cure as well. See, there's the duct tape right there, and the duct tape was even falling off of it. So what I did was I took the duct tape and wrapped it all the way completely around the thing, so it was sticking to itself, not to the bucket. And I took it out of the room and took it outside, so maybe the heat from outside would help cure that white stuff better. It was still kind of moist, probably because I put so much on there. All right, so I got this secure. At least I thought it was, and it's pretty much not much else to do on this. I'm going to check everything, make sure so you can see that the things are not sticking very well. See, there it is right there. Watch out that fly. Woo! Almost got me. I'm trying to use this little tool the little screwdriver to kind of push that bottom shelf down into the white stuff as best I can to hopefully have as much grip, because it's going to be holding the weight of those 2 boxes plus a cord. I didn't want it falling off the box. Of course, even if it fell off the box, it still is going to work. But so there's the box stuff. It's going to sit kind of like that, and the cord for the power is going to hang down, and probably plug into an extension cord to an outlet if it's not too far away. I'm checking all that stuff, but it's not too much else to do because it's just I want to check make sure the X area was Just, not falling apart. Well, for the silicone. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna put a little extra silicone on it just to make sure and kind of fill in the gap between that black power cord that's coming out of the tube going into the bucket, just to make sure it's sealed and not going to move anywhere. But anyway, this is Paul with DIY Do-It-Yourself LED Beverage Bucket Day 3. And I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have an awesome day. I'll have another one kind of touching up what I've done so far. And maybe one last one after Saturday showing it actually in action. And I appreciate y'all watching. You have an awesome day. Thumbs up, make a comment, and please subscribe.